Direct burial wire rated for outdoor use such as UF or US2 is generally acceptable for running a branch circuit to a pond fountain. It typically does not need to be installed in conduit for the entire run from the panel to the disconnect. Insulated ground wires are usually not required for outdoor circuits, including those supplying power to pond fountains. The grounded neutral conductor within the UF or US2 cable provides the needed grounding protection. Article 680.0 of the National Electrical Code, or NEC, primarily addresses electrical installations for swimming pools and similar aquatic facilities, therefore it does not directly govern pond fountain installations. Firstly, ensure that the entire installation adheres to all relevant NEC requirements with particular attention to guidelines for outdoor wiring and protection against moisture. Secondly, incorporate a disconnect switch located near the pond fountain to facilitate safety during maintenance and repairs. Thirdly, bury the direct burial cable at a minimum depth of 18 inches to protect it from physical damage. Fourthly, evaluate the environment to determine if additional protection is needed. For instance, if the cable route is prone to heavy foot traffic or exposure to lawn care equipment, consider using a section of flexible polyvinyl chloride conduit, or PVC, for added protection. It is essential to reference the NEC for specific requirements pertaining to outdoor wiring, grounding, and overcurrent protection. Local codes may also impose additional requirements beyond the NEC. When selecting wire, ensure it is rated for direct burial and suitable for wet locations. UF cable is a common choice for this application. The size of the wire must be adequate for the load of the pond fountain, taking into account voltage drop and the ampacity of the conductors. Use appropriately sized circuit breakers or fuses in the electrical panel to protect the circuit from overloads and short circuits. The grounding system should be properly bonded to all metallic components of the pond fountain to minimize the risk of electric shock. A ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, should be installed to protect the circuit and prevent electrical hazards. The GFCI can be located at the electrical panel or at the disconnect switch near the pond fountain. Follow all manufacturer's instructions and recommendations for the installation and maintenance of the pond fountain. Regularly inspect the wiring, connections, and equipment for any signs of damage or deterioration. If any problems are detected, address them promptly to prevent electrical hazards. Remember that electrical work should be performed by a qualified and licensed electrician to ensure safety and compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. When dealing with electrical systems, safety is paramount. Always disconnect the power before working on any electrical components. Use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as insulated gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, consult a qualified electrician. A thorough understanding of electrical principles, wiring practices, and the NEC is essential for safe and effective electrical installations. Continuous learning and professional development are crucial for staying up to date with the latest codes, technologies, and best practices. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years, so it is important to use the most current edition. Electrical inspectors play a vital role in ensuring that electrical installations are safe and compliant. They review plans, conduct inspections, and provide guidance to electricians and homeowners. When planning an electrical project, it is always a good idea to consult with the local electrical inspector to discuss the requirements and obtain any necessary permits. Proper grounding is a critical safety measure in electrical systems. It provides a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, which helps to trip the circuit breaker or fuse and prevent electrical shock. The grounding system consists of the grounding electrode conductor, and the equipment grounding conductors. The grounding electrode is typically a ground rod, a ground plate, or a metal underground water pipe. The grounding electrode conductor connects the grounding electrode to the service equipment. The equipment grounding conductors connect the non-current carrying metal parts of electrical equipment to the grounding system. Bonding is the process of connecting all metallic parts of an electrical system together to create a continuous electrical path. This helps to equalize the voltage potential between different metal parts and reduce the risk of electric shock. Bonding is especially important in wet locations, such as around swimming pools and ponds. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. They interrupt the flow of current when it exceeds the rated capacity of the circuit. Circuit breakers are resettable, while fuses must be replaced after they have blown. The size of the overcurrent protection device must be appropriate for the ampacity of the circuit conductors. Ground fault circuit interrupters are designed to protect people from electrical shock. They detect small imbalances in current flow and interrupt the circuit before a dangerous shock can occur. GFCIs are required in many locations, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. Wiring methods refer to the types of cables and conduits that are used to install electrical wiring. Common wiring methods include non-metallic sheet cable or NM cable, electrical metallic tubing or IM, rigid metal conduit or RMC, and flexible metal conduit or FMC. The choice of wiring method depends on the application, the environment, and the applicable codes. Electrical boxes are used to enclose electrical connections and protect them from the environment. They are available in a variety of sizes and shapes to accommodate different wiring configurations. Electrical boxes must be properly grounded and securely mounted. Wiring devices include switches, receptacles, and lighting fixtures. They are used to control and distribute electricity to various loads. Wiring devices must be properly rated for the voltage and current of the circuit. Lighting fixtures provide illumination for various areas. They are available in a wide variety of styles and types, including incandescent, fluorescent, and light-emitting diode or LED fixtures. Lighting fixtures must be properly installed and grounded. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By following safe electrical practices, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and injuries. If you have any questions about electrical safety, consult a qualified electrician. Remember that electricity can be dangerous, so it is important to take precautions and work safely. Always disconnect the power before working on any electrical components. Use appropriate personal protective equipment. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, consult a qualified electrician. Always follow the NEC and local codes when installing electrical wiring. This will help to ensure that the installation is safe and compliant. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical work, consult a qualified electrician. They can provide expert advice and guidance. When working with electrical systems, it is important to be aware of the potential hazards. These hazards include electric shock, arc flash, and fire. Electric shock can occur when a person comes into contact with a live electrical conductor. Arc flash is a dangerous electrical explosion that can cause severe burns and injuries. Fire can occur when electrical wiring is overloaded or short-circuited. To prevent electrical hazards, it is important to follow safe electrical practices. These practices include disconnecting the power before working on any electrical components, using appropriate personal protective equipment, and following the NEC and local codes. If you have any questions about electrical safety, consult a qualified electrician. They can provide expert advice and guidance. Furthermore, while the grounded conductor serves as a crucial element for safety, supplementary grounding techniques could be considered. For example, a supplemental grounding electrode, like a ground rod, installed near the fountain and connected to the equipment grounding system, can enhance safety. This measure is particularly beneficial in areas with high soil resistivity or where the reliability of the primary grounding path is questionable. The importance of using corrosion-resistant materials cannot be overstated, particularly in outdoor and damp environments. Connectors, grounding rods, and enclosures should all be composed of materials that can withstand prolonged exposure to moisture and chemicals often found in soil and water. Regular inspections of the electrical system around the pond fountain are crucial for maintaining safety and reliability. These inspections should include checking for signs of corrosion, damage to wiring, and proper operation of the GFCI. Any detected issues should be addressed immediately by a qualified electrician to prevent potential hazards. The location of the disconnect switch is critical for safety and ease of maintenance. It should be easily accessible, clearly labeled, and located within sight of the pond fountain. This allows for quick shut-off of power in case of emergencies or during maintenance procedures. While direct burial cable is acceptable, it is essential to ensure that it is installed correctly to prevent damage and ensure longevity. This includes proper trenching, backfilling, and the use of protective measures in areas where the cable might be subjected to mechanical stress. The importance of proper documentation cannot be overlooked. Maintaining accurate records of the electrical installation, including wiring diagrams, specifications of equipment, and inspection reports, is essential for future maintenance and troubleshooting. This information can be invaluable for electricians and homeowners alike. Considering the potential for freezing temperatures, especially in Maryland, the effects of freeze-thaw cycles on buried cables and conduit should be taken into account. These cycles can cause ground movement and potentially damage the wiring. Ensuring proper burial depth and using appropriate materials can mitigate these risks. When selecting a GFCI, it is important to choose one that is specifically designed for outdoor use. These GFCIs are typically more robust and resistant to moisture and environmental factors. They should also be tested regularly to ensure they are functioning correctly. In addition to the NEC, local codes and regulations may have specific requirements for pond fountain installations. It is crucial to check with the local authorities to ensure compliance with all applicable rules. This can help prevent potential fines and ensure the safety of the installation. The use of energy-efficient equipment, such as LED lighting and efficient pumps, can help reduce the energy consumption of the pond fountain. This not only saves money, but also reduces the environmental impact. When installing the wiring, it is important to avoid creating any sharp bends or kinks in the cable. These can damage the insulation and create potential hotspots. Use appropriate bending tools and techniques to ensure that the cable is installed smoothly and without any stress. Surge protection devices can help protect the electrical equipment from damage caused by power surges. These devices can be installed at the electrical panel or at the disconnect switch near the pond fountain. They are especially important in areas that are prone to lightning strikes or other power surges.